Welcome back to What Arty Noobs, the channel of disturbance. This is the GW Panther, the tier 7 German SPG. This one's located on the east spawn of Airfield and it's under the command of Angelina75. And we've got no sound. We have to restart the video, but it doesn't take very long. In fact, I'll speed it along and there we go. That's better, we've got the noise now. Well, Angelina's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of her howitzer, and that's because she's actually played the GW Panther quite a bit, and she's got some success with it. But last week, well, she managed to win the weekend lie-in, and Talon and Angelina both started early on their contest. This was a replay from the Sunday, so after she had the lie-in, Easter Sunday, she started playing straight away to get a good score on the next week's weekend lie-in. Dialing in, rounds out, lands next to the star 2, gives her a wake-up call. Now, I'm recording this replay on Sunday, so we already know what the result of the weekend is, but I'll leave that till the end of the video. So we've got a couple of videos for this week's contest. Rounds out, lands it near the T44 100. Now she's relocating after every shot just to make sure that the enemy can't counter battery her. It tries to, well, it foxes the enemy as to exactly where your position is. You don't have to move much, but just enough to throw the shell off. Well, after firing that one at the heavy in the tank alley, she's now noticed a couple of enemy tanks, in fact, including this light, this comet. Well, it's not light, actually, it's medium. The comet is sitting up there on top of that little hill, shooting at our teammates, and we can see the Artys in the background. Well, a shot actually lands next to the comet and does some damage, but yes, we noticed that the enemy Arty is down there in the south, and she's marked it for her teammates. There is another Arty on her team in a Crusader SP. Was it not a Crusader SP? No, what am I saying? It's an M53, M55. That's the enemy one I'm looking at there. Oh, and the enemy M2Y dies. I would say at pinch that the enemy Arty down the south happens to be the M53, M55, because that would be the best place for him to be. She fires at T30 just a little late, and it lands directly behind him, but it splashes him. She's changing position again. She's getting some stun assist here as well. That all helps. Okay, nice little T32. She can put round into him. Almost loaded. Standard reload, 25.89 seconds. And oh, it just lands behind the T32 again. We don't know what her reload time is, mainly because we're having to use the Virgin client, because I can't get this replay to work with the mods without losing the sound. So that's why we're doing it this way. T30 again. She gets another shot for this one. Rounds out. That looks like it could hit the enemy deck, and it does. 228, but it doesn't go through. It's sort of like persuading him though to pull back. Now, as you know, the best thing to do for Arty is to hit as many enemy tanks as you can, because that will almost guarantee you get the Confederate. She fires another round at T30 and gets another hit, 236 this time. Of course, it stuns him and makes it difficult for him to fight effectively. At Star 2, she's hit before. The T32, she splashed. Our teammates have actually made it up to the northwest corner of the map, and they're now looking at the enemy camp area. See if she can get around into this T32, lines up the shot, rounds out. This should be good. It lands short. She did get some stun assist though, and that's helpful. Changing position because she's fired from the same spot for a couple of shots. Backs up into the bushes. Okay. Oh no, I just saw fire coming in her direction. and it may have been coming from that Object 274A, but I don't think it was directed at her. I think it was probably directed on Udes. But she's got a shot for a Leo. Rounds out. Oh, kill shot! She must have penetrated him and taken all of his hit points. She got a 600 Alpha, penetrating 39mm of armor with standard HE, and that's all she's loaded. Oh, she's got a chance to kill the start. Nope, somebody gets there before her. Her team are 4 up on the enemy at the moment, and yes, they're indicating that they think that there's an enemy tank or an enemy Arty down there, because somebody else has marked the map down the far end. In fact, it's the SU-122-44 on our team, so the enemy Arty must be firing from that spot. But Angelina's going to go for the Progetto, which is a good idea, because as I said, the more enemy tanks you hit, the more chance of getting a Confederate. Rounds out. Yes! And a good hit as well, 278, 1 critical hit, he's down to a 1 shot, and he's gone. Okay, it looks to me like the enemy Arty down the south has actually... Oh, they're both down here. And there was me thinking it was the M53, M55. No, they had an FB3805, and the Crusader, and the Crusader dies just before our shell arrives. But she's now going to go for the 4502B. Again, the more tanks you hit, the better you get, the more likely to get a medal. Put a round in there as soon as you can. Splash him. Rounds out. Well, she splashed him, she stunned him, and he died. So she picks up more. There's only one enemy tank left. It's this Comet, the one that was sitting on the rock, and he's very low on hit points. And that's it. Game over. Well, that was a very quick battle for the first one, but Angelina was very active, and she got a second-class tanker in the GW Panther. She got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 11, and she got a Confederate medal. She did get one for hitting as many of the enemy as she could, at least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. In fact, she did very well in that one, and her win rate was high as well, 2,332, so this bodes well as a good start. This battle took place in the evening on the Sunday last week. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, when it came to damage, she was a little further down the table, because the high scorer was the Wizzy 111 Model 14, got a high caliber for 3,590 hit points. The second highest damage being the Object 263 with 3,181, and the third highest damage actually goes to the VK4502B on the enemy team with 1,922, and after that it's the T30 with 1,792, and then we've got Angelina. So she's got 2 ahead of her on her own team, 2 ahead of her on the enemy team, which means she ended up in 5th place overall with 1,764 hit points. When it came to kills, the high scorers were the Udes 14.5, the 122TM and the SU-122-44, all had 3 kills apiece. 2 kills went to the T20 and the T30 on the enemy team. Angelina only got the 1 kill, but as I said, that actually helped her to get the Confederate. And when it came to base XP, she's in 4th place, because the Progetto managed 971, the Wizzy 111 Model 14 got 917, the Udes 14.5 got 876, and Angelina picked up 848. She fired 13 rounds, got 4 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetration. Now I think we know which one she actually penned, because it was the Leo, I think, wasn't it? Yes, it was the Leo. She smacked around right through his engine bay, I think, and that wiped him out altogether. She also got 11 splashes on the enemy, 1,764 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 9 of the enemy, kill 1, so there's her Confederate. 622 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. 35,010 credits for the game, 65,000 for completing a mission, 100,010 credits overall, and after ammunition resupply took away 85,450 credits, so a good game in terms of profit. 1,272 XP times 2 for the first victory, 2,544 experience points altogether, and that was her best game of the night. But Talon sent in a replay as well, so let's go and have a look at his replay taken on the same night. And the second battle is in the 212A, and Talon's on the eastbourne of Malinovka, where he's got the 203mm B4 howitzer capable of doing 900 alpha and penetrating 52mm of armour. Now it's got a burst radius as well, 10.4 meters, so even if he lands the shell near someone, he's going to do some damage. And oh, there's tanks at the spotting bush. Talon's seen it, he's turning to fire at them straight away. There's a 121, and there was also a Kunstpanzer. He's dialing in on the 121, rounds out. Oh, he definitely took that one, and it's a pen. 954 hit points. The 121's not going to be a happy bunny. Yeah, he's lost a huge amount of hit points, and the Kunstpanzer's lost quite a few as well. So he may have been hit by splash. Standard reload is 37.39 seconds, but I think Talon's got a lot less than that, probably around about the 30-second mark or less. Rounds out, hits the E50, and he gets 334. Good start. Now he's changing position straight away because he wants to avoid any counter battery. Only takes a few seconds to move from bush to bush, but it confuses the hell out of the enemy Arty. In this game, the enemy Arty is a batch at 155.55. Okay, TVP, and he's side onto us, which is the worst possible way. Well, worse would be if he had his rear to us, but rounds out. That's into the side, 451 hit points, and he's picking up stun assist as well. He stunned the E50 and he took a round. So that really did work out well. So 1,739 hit points of damage so far. And that TVP, well, he's in a very dangerous position sitting up on that ridgeline, and the E50's gone. He wandered too close to the batch at 25 ton. Well, Talon tried to get the TVP for a second time, didn't get it. Changing position again. As you know, the 212A, designed on the hull of the KV-220, was an Arty that never actually got built, mainly because the factories that were supposed to build it, and they were intending to build it, but the factories that were supposed to build it were too busy building tanks, and they couldn't get around to building the 212A. Rounds out. Oh! Well, it hit the M3Y for 322mm of hit points, and he died next second to the AE Phase 1. So he got the rest of it in stun assist. Okay, next target's a Type 4. It's a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it. It's got the side of him, lining him up, hoping he's going to drive back into this one. Rounds out. Oh, he stopped. But the shell fell short anyway, so he wouldn't have got anything off that one. He's looking around for another target that he can hit. There's a T-28 prototype down near the enemy camp area where it might be worth aiming for. But he's dialing in instead on an STA-1, who's a little way down the hill. Thin armor on this guy, almost loaded. Rounds out. Oh! He dies just a split second before the shell arrives, so he didn't get anything off that one at all. He's slowly going up the hill, and I think that's mainly because he's trying to get shots at the enemy tanks that are on the hill area. Okay, Type 4 and the Kunstpanzer have joined together. Kunstpanzer's using the Type 4 as mobile armour. And he's gone. Now, try and line up a shot for the Kunstpanzer. Rounds out. Oh, right into his side. 473. That was a really good hit. That's the same Kunstpanzer that got the 121 damaged. The enemy team only have one Kunstpanzer. The 121's long since died. Okay, he's dialing in as he's trying to finish off his loading. The Kunstpanzer's gone. So now we're aiming towards the T-28 prototype, which is blocking the approach of our guys from the south. Unfortunately, we did have a tank that went up that way, but unfortunately they died. Oh, that one hit the T-28. He took that one. There was no explosion, so we know we got a direct hit. The ELC doesn't realise he's spotted, but he does now because he's out the game. In the meantime, we're looking for that TVPT 5051. Tier 10 check medium. Very light armour. Makes a nice target for Arty. Now he's on the move, but he does move quickly. And he's now being chased by the Batchat. Before we shoot as well, he's gone. So we're now aiming towards the T-28. And we can see he's down to just 9 hit points, so a splash is enough. There's the Conway. He's got light armor as well. Lining up a shot. He dies. There's only 3 enemy vehicles left, including their Arty. There's the T-30. He'd make a nice target. Lining up. He's gone. AMX-50B's next. Then it's the Arty. Rounds out. Unfortunately, we stunned the Batchat 25-ton. We stunned our own tank there, and it's now just the enemy Arty. It looks like he might be across the inlet there on the other side. Yes, he is. There he is, right at the back. Very difficult to get a shot. In fact, he's decided to go in the water to... Well, he's actually staying on the edge, though. He didn't try to drown himself. But the ELC's gone for a quick bath as well. Here's the second replay, and yeah, the results are second class tanker for Talon. That's the same as Angelina. He got a bruiser medal, same as Angelina, this time off 9 critical hits. And he also got a Confederate as well, matching Angelina. So it goes down to the win 8 to see who's actually got the best win 8. And Talon's got 2,436. Now, if you remember, Angelina... 2,332. That means Talon is in the lead after the first day of the contest. Let's have a look at the team score and see what he did. Well, he actually got the second highest damage in the game overall. The highest damage was the Crampon with 3,011 hit points. Talon managed 2,932, and 1/3 of that he got right at the start of the game by a lovely hit on that 212A. I think actually you can see, if I put it up there, there it is, 954 hit points, and he did pen him right at the start of the game. That was a very good shot. And when it came to kills, we can see that the top scorers were the AE Phase 1, the Batchat 25-ton. They both got 4 kills apiece. 3 kills went to the Cranbarn. Talon didn't get any kills at all, but that doesn't matter because he got the Confederate. And when it came to base XP, he's in 4th place because the Batchat managed 971, the AE Phase 1 965, the ELC managed 962, and Talon was the next highest with 775. He fired 10 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 1 penetration, the 121, 8 splashes, damage of 2,932 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He hit 6 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he did get 889 hit points of stun assist off 8 stuns. So yes, if he'd actually got a kill with the same number of damage, I think he would have ended up with without that Confederate. So it was a good job that he did hit as many enemy tanks as he did, and that he didn't get a kill, because that might have changed the score. Because after all, if he'd hit the T-28 and he didn't get a kill off it, he only damaged him, that counted towards the Confederate. But if he had fired at the T-28 and splashed him to death, then that would have taken away the Confederate. He earned 41,036 credits from the battle, 95,000 for completing a mission, 136,036 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply took away 116 credits, 116,000 credits I should say, 936. So a very good profit from that game. 1,162 XP times 2 for the first victory, 2,325 experience points altogether. So yes, that puts Talon definitely in the lead as opposed to Angelina's 2,332. If any of them gets an ace tank at any time between now and today, basically, then obviously they would automatically get the win. But I've got some of the other replays through, and of course that's going to be in the very next video, so please do stick around on our channel, and that one will be coming up very shortly. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.